Hello and thanks for joining us for today's video. We just want to tell you about our most recent video on our sister channel, Paranormally Listed. It's about 3 people whose lives were saved because of strange coincidences. This includes several celebrities, including Michael Jackson. But we want to show you a short clip about a man who survived one of the worst natural disasters in history. It's not often that someone credits prison as a lifesaver in the immediate sense of the word. We're sure that there are people who say that being sent to prison saved them in some sense in the long run, but not really in the short run. All we're saying is that, most of the time, prison is considered a negative. But not for Louis Auguste Sbarro, also known as Luger. Luger was born on the Caribbean island of Martinique in the year 1875. Luger was a felon and was arrested on May 7, 1902 after getting into a fight. Not only was he imprisoned, but he was put into solitary confinement, which was partly underground. It seemed his luck had run out that day. However, this turned out to be extremely serendipitous timing for Luger, because the next day, May 8, 1902, the volcano Mount Pelée erupted. It destroyed everything within an 8-mile radius and killed between 30 to 40,000 people in Saint-Pierre, Martinique. The entire city burned. The eruption was the deadliest eruption of the 20th century, and ash from the volcano traveled over a 50-mile radius. The hot gases from the volcano moved at 420 miles per hour, which would have been impossible to outrun. However, Luger survived. He was found 4 days later when he was heard yelling for help. If you want to check out the rest of the video, we'll have a link at the end of this video. Also, please subscribe to Paranormally Listed because we have some upcoming videos that fans of true crime will find interesting. So, I know people don't check out Criminally Listed to hear me talk about my personal life. Usually, people watch so they can find out about interesting true crime cases, and other people fall asleep to my voice. But if you can indulge me for a moment, I'd like to talk about my hair. Lately, when I look in the mirror, I see an older man looking back at me. A big part of that is my hair. It's getting thinner and doesn't look as young as it used to. This is even worse because I like to dress the way I did in my 20s, so my hair feels out of place with my clothing style. That makes me feel even older and less confident. Then I found out about MD Hair, who is today's sponsor. MD Hair is a mind-blowingly advanced company that uses AI to create customized treatment for hair loss. It's easy to get started. You take a quiz and upload a photo of your scalp, and then they send you the best products for your treatment. This includes serums, shampoo, conditioners, and so on. So if you're a 30-year-old with postpartum hair loss, you'll get the same treatment as someone like me who's dealing with genetic hair thinning. MD's hair kits come with several products that each do something special. Unlike other companies, everything you need comes in a single kit. Using multiple products is important because there isn't one magic shampoo or serum that will stop hair loss. What I really liked is that MD Hair uses natural ingredients in each of their products. When I first tried the shampoo and conditioner, I thought that they would have a medicinal or chemical smell because they were for hair loss. But because MD Hair has natural ingredients, they smelled good and made my hair feel great. I've also been using their serum, marine collagen, and their wellness supplements. Thanks to these products, I've already started noticing my hair getting thicker. But I know this is a marathon, not a sprint, so I'm excited to see the results in a few months. If you want to stop hair loss or make your hair look younger, you should check out MD Hair for yourself. They have an incredible deal for Criminally Listed viewers. Customize your hair regrowth treatment with MD Hair. Use my promo code LISTED70 to get your first month of customized products at 70% off. Start to feel better about your hair today by checking out MD Hair. Number 3. Fraulein Strielka. 19-year-old Fraulein Strielka, whose first name was not given, from Deva, Transylvania, had been abandoned by her lover in 1905. Her lover, only recognized in the press as Jovich, took the couple's child to his parents' home. As an act of revenge, Strielka snuck into the house in the middle of the night as the family slept. She planted what the press called an inferno machine, which was an explosive device, in the house. 10 minutes later, an explosion destroyed the family's home. Jovich, his sister, his parents, and the baby were all killed in the explosion. The bodies were found buried in the debris. No record was found regarding what happened to Fraulein Strielka after she killed her family. Number 2. Nancy Sbarro. In the summer of 1980, 38-year-old Nancy Sbarro lived in Hollywood, Florida with her second husband, 41-year-old Jack Sbarro, and her 2 children from her previous marriage, 18-year-old Deanna Maines and 14-year-old Brian Maines. The family also had a poodle named Buttons. Nancy and Jack got married 4 years earlier. The family moved into the home about a year and a half later. They had recently remodeled the house. The summer seemed to be a happy one for the family. Deanna was engaged to get married. The wedding was scheduled for July 12, 1980. On the night of June 30th, 1980, Nancy went to a neighbor's home. She returned home at around 11 p.m. and pulled her black Cadillac into the family's garage. The next day, Deanna's fiance, Donald Lieberman, went to the family's home around 5:30 p.m. He had tried to call Deanna all day, but got no answer. When Donald got there, he thought it was weird because he couldn't even hear Buttons barking. He knocked on the door, but no one answered. He looked in the master bedroom window. On the bed was his 18-year-old fiancée, Deanna Maines. She was wearing baby doll pajamas. It looked like she was sleeping. He knocked on the window, but she didn't stir. Donald then went to the bedroom window of 14-year-old Brian Maines. He was also motionless in bed. Donald then knew that something was terribly wrong. He broke into the home and found 38-year-old Nancy's body in the kitchen. She was fully clothed. It appears she was on the phone when she died. Then, in the doorway of the master bedroom and the bathroom, was 41-year-old Jack Sbarro. He was only wearing boxer shorts. Donald then called the police. The police came to the home and pieced together what they thought happened. Nancy arrived home the night before and parked her car in the garage. She then wrote a suicide note. In the note, she mentioned several times that she loved her husband. However, she never mentioned her children, nor did she give a reason for choosing to take her own life. Then she taped the note to the bathroom mirror. Nancy then went into the garage and turned on her car. She had planned on dying by carbon monoxide poisoning. What she didn't know was that the central air conditioning unit in the garage pulled the carbon monoxide into the house. At some point, Nancy got out of the car, exited the garage, and entered the kitchen. She tried to use the phone, but she was too sick and fell to the floor. She also didn't turn off the car, and carbon monoxide continued to pour into the house, killing the rest of the family. This included the family dog. Buttons' body was found under the bed in the master bedroom. While Nancy didn't give a reason for her actions in the note, the police think that jealousy may have played a role. In Jack's wallet, the police found 3 photographs of a nude woman. That woman was his stepdaughter, Deanna. The police also noted that Deanna's bed had not been slept in on the night of the deaths, and her body was in the bed in the master bedroom. The case was ruled 1 case of suicide and 3 accidental deaths. Number 1. Theresa Riggi. Theresa Buddymore was born in December 1963 in Bakersfield, California. In the late 1980s, she moved to Denver, Colorado. She was a violinist who taught music. An accident as a teenager derailed her dreams of performing music professionally. Sometime after moving to Denver, she met Pasquale Riggi, who was from Colorado and worked as an engineer for the oil company Shell. The couple was married in Theresa's hometown of Bakersfield, California in 1989. In 1997, Theresa and Pasquale moved to Lowestoft, England for Pasquale's job. The couple lived there for 8 years as their marriage deteriorated. Despite the rockiness of their marriage, Theresa began treatment for in vitro fertilization. The couple had 3 children together through IVF. In 2001, they had non-identical twins, Augustino and Gianluca, who went by Austin and Luke respectively, and then a daughter, Cecilia, in 2004. Theresa was known to be possessive of the children and would rarely accept help. She slept in the same bed as the children and forced Pasquale to sleep in another room. In June 2004, the family moved to the Netherlands. A failed attempt at IVF put more strain on the marriage. Pasquale and Theresa separated in 2006. Pasquale moved to Aberdeen, Scotland, while Theresa remained with the 3 children in the Netherlands. Theresa and the children moved to Scotland in 2007 so the children could be closer to their father. However, the relationship between the parents deteriorated further in 2009 as Theresa attempted to stop Pasquale from seeing their children. By 2010, the children were allowed to see their father, but they had to wear electronic locators and carry cell phones with them. The children had the phones to notify their mother of any inappropriate actions by their father. A bitter custody battle ensued between Theresa and Pasquale. In a March 2010 court hearing, Scotland's civil court took Theresa's passport and appointed a child psychologist. In July 2010, Pasquale reported his children missing after they failed to show up for one of their visitations. But the police took no further action after finding Theresa and her children in their Edinburgh home. In a telephone conversation, Theresa asked Pasquale if he would take the children from her. He told her she left him with no choice. Theresa replied with, "Then say goodbye," and hung up. On August 3, 2010, Theresa failed to show up for another custody hearing. The next day, a gas explosion rocked their Edinburgh home. Neighbors heard the explosion and rushed to their home. When they got there, Theresa was standing on a railing on the second floor, about 40 feet off the ground. Then she jumped head first. Somehow a neighbor managed to break her fall by pushing her onto a parked car. However, she was badly hurt in the fall. She also had 5 self-inflicted stab wounds. Ultimately, she survived her injuries. Police and firefighters responded to the explosion. Inside, the police found the home splattered with blood. The bodies of 8-year-old Austin, 8-year-old Luke, and 5-year-old Cecilia were lying side by side with 3 knives next to them. The children had been deceased for many hours. They were possibly even dead 48 hours before the explosion. It's believed that Theresa stabbed the 8-year-old twins and their 5-year-old sister 8 times in their home. She used 3 different knives. While she was killing them, a song called Angel that she had recorded herself played on her laptop. She then created a gas explosion to cover up the murders. Theresa Riggi faced 3 charges of murder and another for the gas explosion. Her trial aired many details of the couple's troubled marriage and Theresa's possessive nature with the children. Psychiatrists examining Theresa found she had narcissistic, paranoid, and hysterical personality disorders. At the time of the murders, she suffered from acute stress reaction. She pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of culpable homicide and was sentenced to 16 years in high-security psychiatric care. She was supposed to be sentenced to 18 years, but the plea bargain discounted 2 years. At the end of her sentence, she would be deported. The charges for the explosion were dropped. A statement was read on behalf of Pasquale, and it said, "The horrific manner in which my children died will leave an indelible mark on the rest of my life. As a father, my natural instincts were geared towards safeguarding my children from the dangers of the world." At her sentencing hearing, the judge called Theresa's crimes grotesque and truly disturbing. She was sent to Scotland's Cornwall prison in April 2011. Due to her notoriety, Theresa was not popular with the other inmates. She spent her days hiding in her cell. In November 2011, Theresa was attacked by a fellow inmate in her cell. A 39-year-old prisoner slashed Theresa's face with a broken razor multiple times. Guards found Theresa covered in blood with a clump of hair missing. She survived, but her face was left badly scarred. The 39-year-old was charged with the attack and found guilty. She was sentenced to 2 years in prison. In October 2011, Theresa was badly hurt when she was thrown down a flight of stairs. A 22-year-old inmate was arrested, but the charges were dropped due to a lack of evidence. Theresa also attempted suicide several times in prison. In late 2013, Theresa was moved to Rampton Secure Hospital in England, a high-security hospital that was better equipped to handle her. By March 2014, Theresa had spent almost 3 years incarcerated. On the morning of March 10, 2014, Rampton Hospital staff found Theresa's lifeless body in her room. The police did not treat her death as suspicious. Theresa's family was told there were no signs of trauma or suicide. Having developed an eating disorder before becoming a mother, Theresa had problems with food in prison. Combined with that and multiple suicide attempts, she was frail. Family members believe this stress took a toll on Theresa's body. She was 50 years old when she died. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We want to say a big thank you to MD Hair for sponsoring this video. Please check them out by clicking on the link below this video. Well, that's all for today. Thank you again for watching.